Okay, before the guide starts, you guys are gonna have to go on core isolation on the gaming PC and disable this. It does depend which firmware you already have flashed on your DMA card, but if you're not sure which firmware you have flashed, it's better for you to just disable core isolation. Okay, then you guys are gonna go in the BIOS. Just spam delete on your keyboard. And depending which CPU you have, if it's an Intel CPU, then you guys are gonna have to disable feed TD and fertilization technology. Or if you guys have AMD, it's gonna be something called SVM and IOMMU. So you're gonna go in the BIOS and disable those two things. Again, this is all depending on which firmware you have. If you know you have a good firmware, then you're not gonna need to do this. So you guys, instead of just searching here, you guys can just go up there and make it easy for yourself. I have AMD, so I'm gonna have to type in SVM. Mine is auto, but because I have firmware flashed on my DMA card, so you guys will go here, disable this, and then you're gonna type in IOMMU, and you guys are gonna disable this as well. After you've done that, just click F10 on your keyboard. Okay, now you're gonna need the following. You're gonna need to have a 1K. This is a 1K fuser, so it's a HDMI one. You can get one in DP as well, DisplayPort. Mine is HDMI. That's gonna transport your ESP. Also, you're gonna need a Macu. This is what's gonna give you that aimbot. And then finally, you're gonna need a DMA card. Now, people say, "Oh, Captain DMA this or tested this." Doesn't matter. Any DMA card works. You don't need to buy expensive shit. Don't be a fucking dumbass. Now for the next step. Alright, as you guys can see, I don't have enough space for my PCIe slot for my DMA card below my graphics card because of the motherboard is too low. So I have an extension lead leading out the back of the PC, as you guys can see. So it's the same. Either you connect it to your motherboard or you connect this and just connect it to that. It's the same shit. Now you're gonna grab the cable that came with your DMA card, and you're gonna connect it to a 3.0, which is a blue USB port on your second PC. As you guys can see, it says SS, which means it's a 3.0 USB port. Okay, so once you guys have that port connected to your second PC, you guys are gonna connect your DMA card to the PCIe slot, as I'm doing here. If you guys are connecting it to the motherboard, you're gonna have to secure it with a screw, just like you do with a graphics card when you put it in a PC. So then you're gonna grab the cable that you've connected to the second PC, and you're gonna connect it to the JTAG port, which is the second port on your DMA card, so you can flash. Okay, so now for the fuser. Now this right here is a 1K fuser, and it only supports 240 Hz. But this is where you're going to need to connect your HDMI cables. First one is going to be connected to your second HDMI's main PC, and the third is going to connect to your main monitor where you're going to display your game. I suggest already connecting the fuser, even though you don't have the DMA set up or anything set up already, due to you just being able to switch between the second PC and the main PC by just clicking K4 on your fuser. It'll make stuff way more easier on the second PC to set up and switching between the main and the second PC. If you guys have a second monitor or a laptop as your second PC, just follow the guide in the description. Okay, so now go to the link in the description and follow the guide, click on the guide, and you guys are going to have to go on the second PC and install the JTAG driver. Make sure the DMA card is connected to the port I said, the JTAG. Double check that shit and click download on that shit. Everyone has a 75T card. If you have a 35T card, then just fuck off of this video. Make sure you have a 75T or 100T. Okay, so now click download on the 75T driver, which is the JTAG driver, and just extract. Make sure you have WinRAR installed on your second PC, just makes it much easier. So now you're gonna go down to that download and click OK and install, and once it's installed, just close it out. It's that easy. Okay, now go device manager on your second PC. Mine is already configured, so it's not going to look like this for you, but this drop down right here, this universal drop down, is probably going to have a yellow symbol right next to that message right there. You're going to have to go on the guide and you're going to have to uninstall it, right click that yellow symbol and uninstall the driver. Now you're going to go back on the guide and you're going to download the driver. Okay, so once it's download, extract it and then just download. Now for you, it's going to show up once you've downloaded it like this and confirmed. It's going to show up 1 and 1, 100%. It's going to show up 1 1. I messed it up because of this dumb ass guide I have to do for you, dumbass Nick. Okay, so once you're done with all of that, now you're just going to test out the speeds of your DMA card, make sure everything's working fine. You're going to go to the guide and download the lone DMA test just to test out and see how fast or how slow your DMA card is working. So you're going to click it here, you're going to click 1 on your keyboard on the second PC, and it's going to load up with this test. Below a pass is horrible and you need to check what's going on. You guys can join the Discord, create a ticket, and I'll help you guys if you guys need any help with setting up your DMAs. So yeah, that's it for the guide. Next video is going to be me flashing the Maku.